There's bigger-than-life action.
It's going to show people another side of Arnold they've never seen before.
A political thriller, action thriller. It had all the elements in there, reality-based situations.
Arnold is a lifesaver, the fireman going on a revenge journey.
The snakes, the animals, the wildlife, the dangers, the rivers create a certain kind of intensity to the movie.
You're catapulted into a very scary world.
There's new action in there, play a new, different character. The ways that they take care of the job is kind of different.
I'm not going to change you. Why should I change you?
So you want collateral damage, huh?
Get down!
The Wolf has been linked to more than a dozen bombings in the last decade.
What's the damage?
2 dozen injured, 9 dead, a nurse and her little boy.
Collateral damage. It's innocent people killed in the name of war.
We have a civilian who says he saw the wolf.
Did you get a good look at him?
I talked to him.
I'm just going to pick up my kid. Thank you.
Sure.
The story's about a man who loses his wife and child as collateral damage in a bombing that takes place in Los Angeles.
My family gets killed through a terrorist attack, and I lose everything. And the government and all the people in the various different agencies that's supposed to take care of those kind of problems are not really taking care of the problems because they're in the middle of negotiations. So I have to take the law kind of into my own hands.
He's caught in the middle between wanting to find this guy and the State Department saying we need to hold off and not overreact right now.
We're pretty sure the wolf is back in Colombia, but you cannot take the law into your own hands.
It's like one guy going against an entire system down there, against the military, against the terrorists, the drug smugglers, everyone involved.
He goes down there and he witnesses things that he didn't expect to witness. And he finds himself ultimately in the same boat as the man who he's trying to kill.
It seems we're both willing to kill for a cause. So what's the difference between you and I?
The difference is, I'm just gonna kill you.
All right, we've got an access control point on the south.
People today will be much more aware that this is something that is not happening in some other continent or in some other country. It is happening in America. It is happening to our people here.
I take it someone in your caravan was a target.
It's terrorism. Everyone's a target.
My first thought immediately went out and thinking about the people that were hurt or the people that were lost and the tragedy and the suffering that is going on in New York. I felt my heart went out to the firefighters and to the rescue workers, police officers, and to the innocent people that were in that building.
Come on, clear the room. There's a bomb in here.
What are you talking about?
This country, is overwhelmed by this unbelievable terrorism on a screen, on television, 24 hours a day.
It is a horrific reality of our day and age that terrorist acts occur. What would that be like? What would you do? What would you do if you lost those that were most precious to you?
In this movie, someone is brave enough to go out there and to fight back amongst all these political intrigues that are going on at the same time. Look, you're gonna help me or not?
Tell me your plan.
Gordy, we still got people trapped at both ends of the hall.
All right, guys, heads up. Let's do it. I play a firefighter, like in other movies where I'm a police officer, very well trained with the guns and machine guns and explosives and all this. Here as a firefighter, I'm trained in different skills.
You guys stay back. I'm going in.
When you see the situation in New York, you say to yourself, okay, what we do on a screen, we are heroic characters. But the real heroes are the guys that are the firefighters, that are out there every day.
Arnold is the quintessential man of a mission, right? But in this story, it allowed him to play a normal character in the sense that he's a regular guy. He's not a Terminator, he's not a pregnant father.
Rather than starting off with Arnold being a huge superhero type, he's a family man and he's out of his depth a lot of the way through the movie. And so that's a shift, I think, for Arnold.
Unlike most of the films that I've done, in this movie I'm not a trained military man. So I have to rely on my experience and my expertise as a fireman.
We're not playing him as having superpowers, but he does use his abilities as a fireman to pursue his goals.
What the hell was that?
When you prepare for a movie like this and you play a firefighter, you train yourself a little bit about what it is like to be a firefighter. How to put on the gear, how to put on the oxygen tank, how to put on the mask, how to save people. At what point you take the mask off and don't think about your own life, but about the people that you're trying to save. You put on my mask.
Thank you.
Okay, breathe. Come on. I tell you, when I was dressed and had all my gear on, it was the most claustrophobic and tough thing to go through. You have to be in incredible shape.
Fireman's got to be one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, but you're being thanked all the time by people for doing, things that nobody else will do.
The people in America and around the world have a whole new appreciation for firefighters.
My grandma can't walk. She's trapped. It's my grandma.
Come on, man.
She can't walk.
Let's go. We'll take care of her. I think the audience is always looking for great action when they see my movies. The key thing always is to come up with interesting and new types of actions. And in this movie you have that.
Claudio is, from my character's perspective, as a freedom fighter, Marxist, guerrilla from Colombia. Some would say he's an extremist.
Take a fireman from Los Angeles. When America hears the story, they cry rivers of tears. Capture him. We hold him for ransom, and they will pay. If they don't pay, we kill him.
He's in a situation in his country where peace is not serving his cause.
He's wild, he's evil, he is very intense. And there's some really incredible scenes that you will see that only someone like him can pull off.
Discipline is everything. Discipline and punishment.
Francesca Neri, which is an Italian actress, she's fantastic and really hot that way in Europe. We were very fortunate to get her because she plays this Colombian woman very well.
I'm Selena.
Corey.
This is my son. She got involved in all the situation, political situation.
She is linked to the whole terrorist organization.
Rest now.
Who are you?
I'm his wife.
She portrayed herself as basically a caring mother, a woman who is concerned about the issues that Arnold's concerned with, and I think that the key to the power of the ending of the movie is her performance.
Everybody say goodbye to Francesca Neri.
John Turturro, who's one of my favorite actors, a real chameleon.
You work the gorilla zone, don't you?
Can I move to a different cell, please?
Doing what?
Fix and sell heavy machinery. You satisfied?
Sell me a pass so I can work the zone.
Would you stick a sock in a Jolly Green? I'm just a wrench for hire.
People like John Turturro, known for his acting, really gives Arnold somebody to support and be supportive of.
That doesn't sound like a reindeer in a sleigh, did it?
John Leguizamo, who's I think one of the brilliant young comedians in the world today, plays a quirky character that the audience is going to love.
He is very, very entertaining. He's extremely talented. And because he's so talented, he can really play with the different things.
Come on, it's like ordering a pizza around here. You ask for Canadian bacon, you end up with a German sausage, for crying out loud.
He's very, very funny in this movie. And I think, again, that adds a lot of colors and dimensions to the movie. Andy Davis is fantastic. He's a great director. He believed in this project in Collateral Damage right from the beginning, especially because he's a fanatic about studying everything about terrorism and about the Colombia and about the drug lords down there. And he was really terrific in bringing a reality to the screen, but at the same time in really directing me and all the other actors so that you perform in the right way.
He's really clear about what he wants. It was really important for me from the beginning because I knew that he wanted me to do this role, and that was really helpful.
He just really knows how to take action, make it entertaining, and he's got a great sense of rhythm. He's a very smart, capable storyteller.
Very nice.
All right, we got some sad news. Mr. Schwarzenegger gets to go home now.
We shot in the state of Veracruz, in the mountainous area around Jalapa, which is coffee growing area. Of course, Colombia is known for coffee, so the terrain is very similar. Jalapa is a very good stand-in for Colombia. We had Colombians working on the movie who advised us about the similarities, and we were able to cast down there. We found architecture, we found water, vegetation that was very similar.
It was my first time in Mexico, so I didn't have time to visit the country, really, but I know enough about the jungle.
Action!
It gave me the real feeling of being in that situation, and it made me feel that we are really in a guerrilla's camp. I'm trusting you with my life and my son.
I love location work. I think it's great for morale. I think it's there's an exciting thing about being on location, especially when you're in foreign countries. I saw these real-life poisonous spiders and these real-life poisonous snakes, which I didn't see, thankfully.
Once you get into the country, it's such a beautiful place, and the people, the real Mexican people are so warm, open, and friendly.
Our locations were very much in the backwoods. We had to build roads to create our own guerrilla camp. We were working near a waterfall that was almost inaccessible. We had to create a war. We had to create different factions of this war, from paramilitaries to the Colombian army, to the guerrillas, to the CIA. And, you know, it's a lot of work to do that.
3, 2, 1, boom!
Very nice.
Arnold was wonderful to work with. He was very, very open to being directed. When I would convey to him what I wanted or how I wanted him to change something, he was really responsive.
One more time. I'm just trying to get the relationship of the you know.
I can get no respect.
The cheating.
You have to slide all over the jungle.
He's always looking for a laugh, and he's always looking to have a good time. I've worked with many stars of his, maybe not physical size, but certainly his fame. And some are good to work with and some aren't, and I really enjoy working with him.
I look for the person behind the actor because I need the human relationship. And this is something that I found it immediately with him, and that's really important.
As you know, I've done 23 films, or 24 films. But I think that this has been, without any doubt, the most recent.
Yeah, this is the first time I've worked with Arnold. He's always been a hero of mine. In a lot of ways, Arnold lived up to a lot of my expectations. Of course, he's a very, very funny guy. He's very humorous and generous on set, and that's always a great thing, because the star really does set the tone. Well, that's great.
Arnold is a huge international personality, movie star. The metaphor of this movie is that violence begets violence. If you wound somebody, if you take their family away from them, there's going to be a price to pay. As far as whether all of us are capable of this kind of dogged revenge and pursuit, I think it depends what your nature is. Certainly people have walked away from great tragedy, and other people have risen up.
There's a great enthusiasm out there. It shows that people are much more interested in this kind of a subject. They're much more interested in seeing a heroic movie, to see the action and all those kind of things. My fans want to see Arnold in action. They're very loud and clear about that. They want to see how would Arnold pull out of this situation now. You know, they like to see me getting beaten down. They like to see me almost losing my life. They like to see me losing everything around me. And then come back. That's what they want to see, and that's what they got in this film.